Hey guys, and welcome to some more Star Citizen. Just a quick one today. I've got my new Nvidia GTX 1080, and I want to talk about it, and I want to talk about how good it is for Star Citizen, and all that sort of jazz. So, I'm kind of regretting it. It's totally overly excessive for my needs. And in fact, I'm kind of regretting not getting the 1070, as they're so much cheaper, and they would have probably been totally perfect. But this does enable me to do a few things on Star Citizen, and my channel, and the quality of my videos. So, quality of videos wise, I'm gonna mostly have a either 1440p or 1080p channel. So, but all the footage here is in DSR 4K. So that's basically downscaled resolution. It's actually digital dynamic super resolution, but it's 4K downscaled to 1080p, and that gives a nice looking 1080p experience, which looks high quality and kind of intensive anti-aliasing kind of look as well. It's just a higher quality 1080p. I really like the look of it. Also, downscaled 4K in this will allow me to run at 144 Hz on my monitor as well, rather than only 60 Hz if it was actually really 4K. So there is some improvements there as well, but I'm also running a tweaked ultra-high user.cfg, which does need some extra work for 1440p and 4K and 2.4, which I will be doing today probably now, and Zenthas reshade. And all of that together gives me quite a great looking Star Citizen experience. It does need a little bit of rewriting, the user.cfg, and Zenthor's reshade continuously gets updates from him. Also, Zenthor's reshade doesn't like precision or MSI Afterburner, the overclocking programs. So I turned that off, which isn't an issue, and I'll tell you for why in a second. So, yeah, at the moment I can get a sustained 60 frames per second, and that's what I want for recording at 4K, which is just great. And for those of you that are interested, I had a 970 before, which was actually pretty great for my needs. 970 people think are mid-tier cards. For me, it's the top end of mid-tier. And if you want to get a second-hand cheap card, grab one from eBay. Grab a 970 at the moment. They're so cheap at the moment because the new 1070s are out, the 1080s are out, the RX 400 series is coming out really soon. So you can grab one for like $150, $180 maximum for quite a good one. And if you desperately want some performance now, you can't really go wrong with that. Although, keep in mind that the RX 400 series are coming out, and if you're an AMD lover, then that might be a better choice. Also, those 290Xs that AMD have got, they're really cheap secondhand on eBay as well. And I'm thrifty. I like getting as best performance I can as cheaply as possible. So, right out of the box, the 1080 gave me a huge boost in 3D Mark Firestrike. Previously, my 970, which was overclocked, was getting me a score of 10,600, whereas the 980 without any form of additional overclocking, because it does overclock itself, basically, with its Boost 3.0 function, it gets 18,753. So, realistically, that's 8,100 extra score. So, 80%, that's pretty powerful. The card auto-clocks itself to 2 gigs on its core and puts an additional 400 megahertz on its RAM. Now, I bought it with a boost clock, I think it was 1873. So the actual precise model I have is the Inno 3D iChill X4. And yeah, that comes with just under 1900, so what it says it's clocked to. I'm really impressed with the fact it goes to 2000 out of the box without me having to do anything. I've had also pretty much no luck in overclocking these cards at the moment, and with precision or afterburner. I've got the newest version that supports 1080s, but they've changed the way that the overclocks work, and so I'm messing around with that, but I can't seem to get a stable overclock no matter what I try anyway. But we will have a look at that. Maybe they're going to release some better software in the future. My voice is going now, pardon me. But they do seem to have that boost function, which seems to be absolutely amazing, and just overclocks it for you. So it's a lot more easy and simpler for people like myself just to plop a card into your computer and not have to think about an overclock. So I thought I'd share some of my overclock settings and, well, the temperatures that Star Citizen got my stuff up to after about 4 hours of constant use. And we hear about throttling and stuff with the 1080s I don't really know how it's going to affect Star Citizen and that sort of stuff. Has also reminded me in this video that I need to set my CPU voltage down. I was trying to get it up to 4.7 the other day, but I couldn't get it sustained stably at temperatures that I wanted. But I've left the voltage the same because I'm an idiot. So we can see here that after 4 hours that it's getting into 82 degrees, which I don't want. I want high 70s max, really. So nothing over 79. Nothing really over 75 if I can help it. But when I set that back to 0.125 on the adaptive overclock for voltage, that should reduce it to around that. That's the hope anyway. We can see here as well, the other one we want to look at is the GPU stuff. So it's only drawing 105% power, so there was a bit of leeway there. I've given it 120% power max extra draw, so there will be some overclocking potential there, most likely. Although I'm not entirely sure how to overclock them stably yet. I have tried. Out of the box, it's 2 gigs and 5.2 on each of the memory modules. So that's 10,400 on the memory. Just out of the box, it clocks itself to that. That's pretty awesome. For some reason, I haven't overclocked it. It wants to, in Star Citizen, it occasionally goes to 2025. But temperature-wise, 76 degrees. Well below the point where people are getting throttling. People are saying like in the mid-80s they were getting throttling, getting closer to 90 when you set it in some of the overclock manager stuff. But when we get a bit more stable overclocking, when Precision and Afterburner support this a bit better, or we get like in A3D for my card, do some software for it that will allow it to overclock a bit better, then we're going to start to get some really crazy stuff. I'd like to break 20,000 on 3D Mark without too much effort, but the new GPU Boost 3.0 stuff is looking fantastic. I mean, I didn't buy it clocked to that speed, it just clocked itself at that speed. Right, so we are having a look at what it looks like in 4K DSR, so it's 1080p downscaled from 4K. Does this actually kill them? Oh god, yeah. Is he dead? I think I killed the pilot. Oh, that's good. Got excited like a schoolgirl. Let's see if this kills the pilot as well. Badoof! Yeah, it did. Thanks. Let's give you the congratulations. So they're just going to chill out in space, I take it now, and I can just fire at them again. Oh, what's shooting me? Whoa. What are you doing? It's you that's shooting me. It does as well. Wow. So, the energy shotgun, good against Vandal. Badoo! Oh. Yeah, well that's pretty cool. Let's have a look at our ship. I fired. I think my teammate must have killed him. Muggins here didn't put any ammo into his ballistic gun, his C788 that he got for free, because Muggins here, me, is an idiot. So what I need to do is get the LODs and the pop-ins sorted with the, I think it's a user.crg setting that I can get. Basically, as you can see there, it popped in some of the assets. Now, I'm not sure if that's an actual Star Citizen LOD problem or if it's the user.crg, but I think it's the user.crg. So I will mess around with that later and get that working, because you see like items that are quite close drawing in. You see LODs and like Kasaba pop in and out. But yeah, I'd say overall I'm very impressed. I'm just very impressed in general by. Is that the closest target? Where is he? Yes, that's that one. I need to sort my sensitivity out again. Changing resolution really affects the sensitivity of mouse. This gun is amazing at killing people in their ships. Or Vandal. Oh, he's not dead. He survived the first couple of barrages. No, don't worry about that. We all know how agile the Cutlass is from that video of one. You're dead. Well, if you can just randomly shoot and kill the pilots. Oh my god. Well, but yeah, the actual... Other than that, I need to readjust my sensitivity because everything is far too slow. This is really nice looking in 4K. It feels really smooth. It looks really good. I mean, obviously, it has been downscaled to 1080p, but I mean, you're getting a lot of anti-aliasing. Although I do want a bit more anti-aliasing here. I will mess around with some of the anti-aliasing settings, so some of the edges are a bit jagged, especially when you see, like, chain link fences and some of the lines on the floor and hangers and stuff. I feel that they could be anti-aliased a lot better. And again, that could be the use.cfg, that could be Zenthor's reshade, that could be me ramming into a Vandal ship while I'm not paying attention to what's going on because I'm an idiot boy. But yeah, I mean, I'm quite impressed with all that. I think it looks great. That guy there trying to fly his way into battle. I don't know what's going on there. Can we get some of the Vandal? Cycle target, cycle mode. Stop flapping. Well, I mean, I was trying to get some of the Vandal, but I think they might actually all be dead. I think that ship might be alive, but I think the pilot might be dead. Well, I mean, let's just zoom in on this guy having a bit of a flap. There we go. So all the footage that you're seeing throughout this video is just been recorded by me at 4K, DSR, downscaled to 1080p. And it's probably what I'll do all my videos at now because I think it looks really good. I'll tweak the settings so it looks a bit better. The anti-aliasing, as I said, the use.cfg, some of the recording settings will need to be a bit tweaked to make it look a bit better. And actually, I think I can get a significant improvement. But for your personal needs, and really for my needs if I wasn't recording, trying to do silly YouTube videos, you don't need a 1080 unless you've got a crazy 1440p set up with everything on super high, or you're going 4K. And then, yeah, if you're going 4K, then it's pretty good. It's a damn good single GPU card. In fact, it's the best to my knowledge. But if you're going to get a 1080 or a 1070 even, don't grab the Founders Edition unless you've got a really specific reason why you want to. My rationale is to grab the cheapest card that has a backplate and a nice looking cooler. I got myself the Inno3D iChill X4. Now, that wasn't my first choice. I only got that because all the other cards were sold out and I was 2 days late with my pre-order, so I was a bit upset. I was 2 days late with my pre-order. I ordered, and then the pre-orders for that card were 2 days late. Originally, I wanted the KFA2X overclock, which was $50 or $70 cheaper. In fact, it was the cheapest non-reference blower card that I could find, and it looked like it was going to be good for overclocking. I think that all the 1080s are going to be pretty damn good for overclocking. All of the aftermarket non-Founders Edition cards are pretty much going to be great for overclocking. If they've got their own cooling, yeah. If they've got that backplate, I think backplates help. I like the idea of heat dispersion across them. But yeah, if they've got their own cooling system there that's not a reference cooler, you're going to get some great experiences from them. Yeah, but in about a week, it should be a lot easier to get hold of those 1080s and 1070s, and hopefully any price inflation will have gone down and calmed down, because they were selling them for quite a bit because they were so limited stock. Anyway, for Star Citizen gameplay in general, it's amazing. I'm having great fun. Everything looks a bit sharper, a bit clearer, and feels a bit smoother. I think that actually might just be because I'm on a significantly more powerful card. I think I'm getting more frames than I was before. It's really hard to tell because it locks my frame rate occasionally when I change resolution to 60 frames. So it kind of bounds around from 60 to 90. But that's amazing for that kind of res. So yeah, check it out, guys. If you're a power user, if you want to be using DSR, I've got videos on that, so you can downscale 4K to 1080p if you've only got a 1080p monitor. If you're going for 1440p or 4K and you actually have the monitor for it, then 1080 might be for you. But it's incredibly expensive, and those 1070s are going to be more than you need for a single GPU experience. And I think that's where Nvidia are going to have it over AMD as well. If you want a single GPU, I think that Nvidia is going to be the most powerful, and that's why you pay the premium. If you're going to SLI, then, or Crossfire, then I think maybe AMD might have it just through cheapness, but you're going to have a few little issues and naggles and niggles, or whatever they're called. But yeah, that's my semi-rant on the 1080 and Star Citizen. I think it looks great. I think it's incredibly expensive, but you know, I buy virtual starships, so getting some extra hardware is probably more sensible. But tell me what you think. Do you care what frame rate you're getting as long as Star Citizen's playable? Are you a frame rate over quality person? Or quality over frame rates? Do you prefer 1080p, 1440p, 4K? Do you not really care? Are you totally constrained by your hardware at the moment? Are you looking to upgrade? Don't you care about upgrading? That sort of stuff. All that kind of thing does kind of influence the direction of my channel based on demographics. What more people want will influence me. I'm a sheep. I, for example, prefer frame rates at the highest refresh rate my monitor can go up to. With DSR turned on 4K or 1440p, that's between 120 and 144. So I'd like to be hitting at least the 120 frame rate mark in future. I'd be happy going at 1440p to do that. Over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be showing you how to build a PC that you can make for $300. That's the whole base unit. And it will be Star Citizen and VR ready, and it will be able to run it on high settings, at least at 1080p, or very high settings. It's going to be very, very powerful, cheap piece of kit. It's an evolution of my Scrapyard Citizen PC I made a while ago. Link in the description about that. And it's a guide to how to source all the parts so that anyone, including my mother, maybe not my mother, but most other people would be able to replicate it and do it themselves, including the build, including the purchase. And that's what you want. When you see all these other guides online, you're like, I got a PC for $5. Well, I'm not going to be able to replicate that, but this you can replicate. Also, we're going to be talking about the Cytec X56 in a video soon, that Rhino HOTAS. I have the box in front of me, haven't even taken it out of the box yet, haven't had time. I'm going to be talking about that, playing around with it, seeing if it's any good, and then talking about the Star Citizen branded HOTAS as well, what we know about the Star Citizen branded HOTAS. Remember as well, during June, if you comment on any of my Star Citizen content on the YouTubes, you have a chance to win a Drake Buccaneer. One random commenter will be chosen, and commenting in July will probably get you a Dragonfly. That's probably what I'll do. I might be giving multiple Dragonflies away as well. I don't know yet, so you might have a stronger chance of winning in July. But you can join in both giveaways. Just make sure they're different months, you know. Also, BritisonCon is on the 23rd of July in Manchester. It's going to be a fun-filled fest. Oh, that's lots of alliteration there. Of Star Citizen socialising, panels, hardware, peripheral vendors, peoples, devs from CIG, because it's really close to their office, and that's why we chose to have it there. YouTubers, fans, streamers, and me. It's going to be a big socialisation, fan, drink event, so try and come down to that if you can. Links in the description if you'd like to come to that, or you've got the free time to come to that. In fact, I'll give away a ticket randomly to someone in the chat that says, "gift ticket, please." You don't know how I've spelt that, so that's going to be an extra way of winning. Make sure you can attend before you do that, otherwise you're taking someone's dreams and crapping on them. Anyway, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I will always try and do one of these videos now on Thursday, I think, a random chat rant video, because it helps me to relax while the redacted podcast's uploading. I don't really have much else to do when I can't use my computer on the internet. So, yeah, take care, guys, and I'll see you in the verse.